Hello everybody, welcome to Boxing Science. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a brand new concept for our Boxing Science and Train Like Champion memberships. This is the behind the scenes of the sessions that we deliver down here at the Boxing Science Performance Centre. The reason why we're doing this is because we're wanting to share with you more information about the sessions that we deliver in terms of exercise selection, coaching cues, sets and reps ranges, and when to use certain exercises in relevance to an individual athlete and their situation, i.e. how long away they are from a fight. But today we're going to share it with you on YouTube to give you a little bit of an insight to what to expect from our behind the scenes content. If you're wanting to find out more about the Boxing Science membership, the link is in the description. Today we're going to be taking you through a strength and conditioning session that we did with world champion Terri Harper. The focus of this program, this phase, is maximum strength. However, we do have elements of speed and explosiveness in there. We're going to start off with an extended warm-up. In this extended warm-up, we normally put in plyometrics and punch-specific exercises. Terri's wanting to work on the range and rotation of her punches, being able to deliver and transfer that force from the foot all the way through to the fist. So this extended warm-up here fits that goal. We've got a dumbbell counter movement jump. This is encouraging that lower body force production, producing that in a very short amount of time. And then we're going to transfer that into punch-specific action. We potentiate that punch response by using band uppercuts. The band uppercuts, you've got a band around the waist and you've got a band in the hand. The band around the waist is a little bit heavier than the one and the band because we're wanting to make it predominantly a lower body movement. We're wanting to encourage that Terri to sit down onto the shot, rotate all the way through, and then get that upper body rotation. If we use the heavier bands on the hands, then it becomes more of an arm movement. We're using an uppercut rather than like a straight punch. And the reason why is if we were going to go with a straight punch, it becomes more of an arm movement. And as well, Terri is able to compensate by using her body weight and leaning into that movement. Whereas if you're using that uppercut, Terri's having to sit onto that back leg, drive up that uppercut there, and she's not really getting much of a arm strength behind that or a body weight. So it's a really effective tool of firing up that lower body, firing up that core and that rotation through punch specific action. We then take that into the med ball punch throw, where Terri's really fired up through a lower body, through a core, all the way through to a fist. The key exercise today is trap bar deadlifts from blocks. They're only small blocks though, just to make sure that we're unlocking that strength. When you're going from the floor, mobility can be an issue, learning effect, and the fact that Terri is quite new to the program, we're finding ways to try and unlock that maximum strength. So today we did trap bar deadlifts from blocks and we went at around about 110% 1 rep max. On the trap bar deadlifts we can go 120, maybe even higher, but we've got to be mindful that Terri's still relatively new to strength training, so the tendons, postural stability will be under strain the higher weight that we go. She might be able to lift it for a few repetitions, it might be all good, but you've got to think about the long-lasting effects of that. So when you're with an athlete as strong as Terri, naturally as strong as Terri, and picking up the exercises as well as she is, you've still got to keep her on the reins, keep that athlete on the reins and keep progressing them steadily. Key exercise 2 is our push and pull superset. We've got a dumbbell chest press with hip thrusts, and this is engaging the full body in a pressing action. Again, it's transferring that energy from foot through to fist as Terri's getting that initial momentum from driving into her heels, driving through her hips and then propelling the dumbbells up. As well as training the full extension of the arm in a punching action. This is something that we want to improve on as well. So this is normally done via accommodating resistance. So using bands, so pressing with bands, and the tension of the bands and the weights increases as you extend through. However, we're wanting to use this later on in training camp, and making sure that Terri keeps adapting and not stagnating. We need to find a different way of training this accommodating resistance without the bands. So you'll notice on a technique with this, she's getting the initial momentum from the hips, and then it becomes harder on the pressing action as she's getting through that sticking point all the way through to the end of the lift. So it's accommodating resistance without using the bands. So it's quite an effective exercise to use with your athletes. We supplement that with a dumbbell prone row. We've gone for 8 repetitions on that. Slightly higher repetitions on the pulling action because we're wanting to go towards that 1 to 3 push to pull ratio. Then we're going to finish off with a tricep of single arm lunge and press, split stance, core isometric holds, and split stance med ball throws. So this is basically getting Terri to sit down in that split stance, sitting down into her shots. We've got the lunge and press that is challenging that, but it's also opening up the hips and the shoulders. In a future phase of this training camp, we're going to be using split jerk, single arm, dumbbell split jerk, and I'm wanting Terri to just train that movement and prepare for that movement. So we've integrated this not only for them goals of sitting down onto the shots in that split stance, we're also looking at a future phase. Split stance core iso holds, we're only gone for 10 seconds each side because it's quite a difficult movement to do, and we're just wanting that to create that maximum tension. We're not wanting to do it for strength endurance, and it's not in a boxing stance, it's more in a straight on stance, split stance, toes pointing forward, and we're just challenging, keep changing the angle of the tension on the hands to keep Terri guessing, but to make sure that she's sitting down into the floor and bracing her core. This is a great potentiating tool for the split stance med ball rotational throws, because she's got to sit really into that split stance position, driving through that front heel to create stability, to catch the ball, and making sure when she rotates, she's not moving that lower body at all. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions, please fire in the comment box below. And if you haven't already, go and subscribe to the Boxing Science or Train Like Champion membership for more videos like this to get a detailed insight to our sessions that we deliver at Boxing Science. Thanks guys, hopefully see you on the next video.